Hey, Jason, how are
Hey,
you?
Sarah.
Jason Pelland, for years and years and years, okay, nutraMetrix consultants around the country have asked us, how do we go ahead and promote ourselves as consultants, as business owners, when the nutraMetrix consultant does not receive a nutraMetrix patient-facing website? Because that just wouldn't make sense.
Right.
And Jason, it's like, there hasn't been a whole lot that I can say that this year I have a lot of, tallies in the W column, but, kids home, conferences canceled. But one thing I have to say, Jason, is that as the director of web centers, you have helped us here with nutraMetrix, the professional division of Market America, geared towards health professionals who are trying to build an unfranchised. You have helped us have what we call a digital marketing suite, a DMS, specifically for nutraMetrix. So I wish I should have brought sound effects to this meeting.
Yeah, we could do like a high five. Give me 10, give me 10, right?
So thank you, Jason Pelland. As I said, you're the director of our Market America Web Centers division, and you yourself have a health and wellness background as a former fitness professional. So I think like kudos, like you hold a little spot right there, right, for us.
Absolutely. And there's always been this this thought that why shouldn't we work closer together with other professional divisions within Market America? And I think in the time and space we're in, it just makes sense that more and more of our own unfranchised owners, nutraMetrix consultants, need to find a way to brand themselves online. And we have an incredible tool that we've been focused on B2B services with MA Web Centers. So it's time to really bridge the gap and make this something that we can empower unfranchised owners with to really leverage their online presence for sure.
And can I before we get into, because you have some real great nitty gritty, we're going to keep this, I always say, be bright, be brief, be gone. So we want to keep this so it is truly part of our Lunch and Learn series, breakfast series if you're over on the West Coast. But yeah, it is, something that's consumable with your meal if you are eating with us. So, but I want to just go to the why, because again, a lot of people say to me, Jason, Sarah, I need something to be able to send people, to show people. I want to back up and say, like, there's going to be a lot more that precedes that, like your professionalism, you being on time, you saying that you're going to do what you say you're going to do, you following up, because 80% of people just don't follow up. So if someone asks you for information, if they ask for a phone call, I never get off a call without booking the next circle back call. So that's really important. I do this with everything. I do this with my own mother. We're going to talk about, our Thanksgiving menu. And I'm going to say, Mom, let's touch base on this again in 2 days. I'm going to go research some recipes to make sure we're on the same page. Like, I'm structured in everything in my life. So I think that there's other things that are more important that you have in place. But I do believe when it comes to digital credibility, when it comes to that Google factor, because let's face it, people are going to Google you. It's just what we do these days. And if you're not Googling people, like I'm not leaving my kids at a play date or showing up somewhere without Googling the parents. I can tell you that. Like we're Googling people. And so, I suggest that you go first to your Facebook and you go, scrub some of those photos. You know the ones I'm talking about, Jason, the ones that like we all inevitably have, like from our college days, that maybe isn't showing us like the best version of ourselves. Like, let's start there. But then I do think that your DMS can play a really great role. You train on this. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, first and foremost, it's all about the relationship. And as you said, being professional, it comes down to that, one-to-one marketing. This is to complement your efforts. It's not to replace your efforts. It's not that you're going to be getting all these free online leads of people searching for you and your products and services. It starts with you, first and foremost, but it bridges that gap because the other sites that you have are retail focused. So if someone says, hey, do you have a website of your services? Or what is it that you do? Right now, you can't just send them over to nutraMetrix.com, because it's really not you. That's just the division of the company that you represent in some of the products, but it really doesn't focus on you as an individual and what you bring to the table. And this is really what it is meant to do. It's supposed to bridge that gap and complement your efforts.
Thank you. That's awesome. So let's start with, like, how do I get a DMS? Where
Yeah.
do I go?
Yeah, sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen, and we're actually going to go right to the site www.explorema.com. So it's explorema as in marketamerica.com. And on this landing page is just an intro to our digital marketing suites. We call them our DMS sites. And it has a couple of bullet points of what is included, some old website previews, but the most important thing that you're gonna do is just click on the Start Now button. So when you click on Start Now, it brings you to a form where you're just going to enter in your contact information. From here, you're going to choose your language, what you want as the site name, and that's just going to be almost like your shop.com/your name, right? TLSslim.com/your name. This would be explorema.com/your name, but we'll talk further about how to customize that domain to be more specific to you and your brand. But initially, you're just going to pull out your user information, contact information, and when you scroll down to the bottom, there's a big blue button that says Select. And when you click on Select, it's going to bring up all of the available layouts or templates that we have through MA Web Centers. So you're going to see things for schools, accountants, health professionals. You're going to see digital marketing agency. You're going to see things that are not relevant to you as a nutraMetrix consultant. So you can simply go to the drop down under category, and it says UFO. When you click on UFO, these are the initial layouts that we have designed, and we'll be adding more. But right here, you will see under UFO, it says nutraMetrix. That's where you're going to go for your nutraMetrix branded DMS site, right? And we have some others for some of the other divisions, but that's really where you're going to get started, Sarah, is go to explorema.com, click on Start Now, fill out your contact information, choose a site name, and when you click Select, it's going to bring you to this template picker. So you're going to pick out that nutraMetrix template, and when it clicks Build My Site, it's then going to take your contact information and create an account, and then you're going to be charged for the purchase. Now, here's the thing, Sarah. How much do you think it would cost to have, a 20-page website designed for you? Right? We're talking thousands of dollars.
I've had that
thousands.
priced out. Thousands, yes.
Tools like email marketing, managing domain names, all of this is built into this for only $24.99 per month.
Wait a second. $24.99 per month. Jason,
Correct.
That's an incredible value. People have no idea how incredible that is. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, in fact, our clients through Web Centers, when we're selling a 10-page plus design package, we're looking at $4,000 for a setup fee, and then they're going to be charged about $79 per month. So getting all of that.
Wait, there's no setup fee either. It's just that. It's just that straight low monthly charge.
Correct.
Incredible.
So there's no setup fee for our unfranchised owners. So literally $24.99 per month. You pay for the month in advance, and immediately your site is available and ready to use and customize.
Awesome. Simple.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pretty simple, right? You just go to explorema.com, click Start Now, fill out your information, and you're ready to go. But then the next question, Sarah, is, okay, now that I've done that, now what? Now what, right?
Yep.
So we're going to walk you through those questions right now. So once you have your account, you're going to be given a dashboard, an online dashboard, which has all your account information. And this is really the Web Center dashboard for all of our clients. Now on this site, it's very simple to use. You'll see that you can manage your Oasis site. Now that's the name of our website builder. It's called Oasis. So that's where you're going to go customize any pictures, any text, anything that you want to change is just clicking that button that says Manage Your Oasis Site. Pretty simple. Okay.
Easy.
If you wanted to update any billing information, your account information, obviously there's a button for that. And then under Customer Manager, we'll come back to this after we talked about editing the website, but you actually have within this menu a way to send out email campaigns. So there's an email marketing tool that's built into this program as well. So, some people may have heard of Constant Contact or Aweber or MailChimp. We have our own email marketing tool built within this as well. So tremendous value, as you would say.
That's like another couple $100 a month, potentially,
Easily.
easily.
Yep. So I know everyone's really excited to actually see the actual nutraMetrix site and how to make those changes. So we're going to go ahead and click on Oasis site and click Edit Oasis site. From here, we are now logged in to see the website editor. Okay, so as it's kind of logging in here.
Even Zoom is zoomed out sometimes.
Yes,
I find,
yes,
yeah.
that is the truth. All right, let me just double check.
Jason, what are some things, like I tell people that I think ahead of time, like what are some things you can do or at least schedule to do? And that is to like pull your bio, pull some good photos of yourself. That's going to make things, do a little branding photo shoot of yourself at whatever it's going to take it to be able to make this step a little bit easier.
Absolutely. It's almost like when you're setting up your social media channel, you're setting up a LinkedIn profile or a Facebook profile. If you start from scratch and you're like, oh, well, what picture do I want? Oh, what do I want as my bio or my description? It's going to be a little bit cumbersome, but it's just because you didn't have the content prepared. So we are creating a checklist, right? And that checklist is very simple. The first is, what would you like your website name to be, right? Perhaps a domain name. What would you like your image to be, your profile image when they come to an About Me page? What is your I implement statement, which you should all have as a nutraMetrix consultant, right, Sarah?
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, your power statement, your I implement statement. How about your email address? What is the best way to contact you? Your phone number, your email, right? Perhaps you have office hours, or perhaps you have a location. Maybe you are already working in the field as a health professional. Maybe you have a professional office, right? You want to make sure that you have all of that information organized. But then a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000,000. So if you have some great photos, you want to put those in a folder that you can start using on your website. If you have a video, you can use that on your website. Okay.
You don't have to like go crazy about this too. So, I mean, if you don't have it yet, put it on a wish list for later, because wait till you see. I mean, you can even just see here from the little preview on our home screen, we have 98% of the content already loaded for you.
Yeah, well said. So, I mean, someone can start with their DMS and literally change about 5 things and be ready to go and have it being professional in the event where they can actually get it out to the world, and then customize it more as they go. So let's walk through some of those pages. Okay. First would be the home page. And you'll see that we've got a beautiful hero image here, a video, how to create more profit in your healthcare practice. And this is a nutraMetrix video. So you can be assured that it's already been approved by legal and the nutraMetrix department. So it's a beautiful video, very high quality. And then there's some information about the mission. And then it talks about some of the themes, right? The wellness revolution, because results matter. A little bit about our product quality, talking about all of the available badges that they'll see on some of our products. And then, of course, we talk about, the power behind nutraMetrix is that the practice really has goals, and we've got solutions to help them reach those goals, right? A customizable website makes it easy to introduce products and services from nutraMetrix business available to your patients and clients. So again, just a nice statement.
Yes. And not that I get this a lot. I don't get people asking me to send them something that often because I build relationships, Jason. But a lot of this too, I started, because we work so hard on the content, I started using a lot of this even in my back and forth. Like I'll go to my DMS, steal the information that we have there and send it to people as like answers to what we do, how we work. It's just really easy to grab that info.
Yeah, repurpose the content, just copy and paste it and send it in an email or a text or something like that, for sure. We've got the badge and the link that goes over to the nutraMetrix Educational Institute. That'll link right over to the NEI website, which is great. And loaded throughout this website, Sarah, are places for visitors to book themselves into an appointment, to request follow-up information with you as a nutrametrix consultant. So as they're reading some of this information, if they want more info, they can click this little button, request a follow-up, and put in their contact details. And then you're going to get an email that says, hi, Sally Mae from Bloomsfield, Minnesota is requesting information about the nutrametrix business. Here's her phone number and her email address. You'll get an email that has all that contact information for you. So that is a hot lead. And that might be, again, not a random internet lead or someone that maybe saw your LinkedIn profile, but it's probably from maybe a referral group, a business networking group, or maybe you met someone a year ago and they just stumbled upon your website, or you sent some emails back and forth, and now they're doing some research, and now they're at the point where they said, you know what, I do want to learn more information. I'm going to schedule an appointment. Right.
Pam just asked in the chat here if this is appropriate for health professionals who have a clinic. And I would say it is if they want to highlight the consulting side of their nutrametrix account that they have, where they can go ahead and help other practices. It's because it does, I mean, or you could go in, I mean, and you can delete sections and delete blocks. I think that this request to follow up is one of the best parts about this site that we have, where the nutrametrix.com is geared for practitioners who want to highlight the products line that they have. This is geared towards practitioners or consultants who want to advertise and showcase the consultant side of our business.
Absolutely. The great news is we're working on a health professional focused template as well. We've got some exciting digital tools that Market America has been creating. So we're looking at kind of building that together. So that is in the works for those health professionals that might not have a website. I know there's many practices that do have websites already. They already have that in place, but there are some that are looking to revamp their website, or maybe having an ancillary portal, so to speak, that talks more about the nutrametrix side of the business, not necessarily the product. So we are working on that as well. But this was the first thing, because right now our NCs didn't have a way to brand themselves online that answered some of these questions.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So in the footer, just some basic contact information, but you're going to say, well, Jason, that's not my contact information. Yeah, so that's one of the first things that you're going to update, right? And I'll show you how simple it is. You hover over the area that you need to update, and you're going to just click your mouse, and it opens up this little toolbar where you can literally highlight it and now type it in. I'm in New Hampshire, so 603. And then I'll just do 555-5555.
Oh, come on, Jason. I want to be able to text you if I need help here.
Or my email, right? So we'll do jasonp@youremail.com. Once you have the information that you want in there, you click the little green checkbox and it is saved. As simple
Jason,
as that.
this is like a sappy QVC commercial, but it's like, wow, that was so simple. It's like, this is like late night TV in the middle of the day where you're like set it and forget it. This is great.
But wait, there's more.
Oh,
So,
tell me.
Some of you may have your own social media profiles that you want to connect to. You'll see these icons. If you click on it, it opens up this little widget and you can select which social profiles. Is it Facebook? Maybe an email icon, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and maybe you don't want to send your clients to your Instagram channel, so you click it and unhighlight it, right? But you can go to Snapchat, Twitter, WhatsApp, any of these services, and then as you scroll down, you simply plug in what your profile name is, what your channel ID is on that social account. And right now, we have it preset to all the nutrametrix ones. Just in the event that you forgot to update this with your own personal information, we still want to direct them somewhere. So we connected it to some of the nutrametrix channels that can help you as well.
That's great.
Right, so that's the first thing you're going to do, is you're going to customize that contact info in the footer of your homepage. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now you'll see on the left-hand side there are some other buttons here. So we're going to click on Pages. under pages, you'll see how many pages we've already got pre-built into this website for you. Like I said, it is unbelievable the amount of content that has been preloaded here for you. So you've got a page for why nutraMetrix. And under why nutraMetrix, we have some information here. And it's letting me know that this is all loaded in where you cannot edit it, right? So this is all company approved information, so you cannot edit that block. Same thing with the advanced nutraceuticals or the web portal section. Information about TLS weight loss.
So you're
TLS
saying I
select.
can't mess it up, Jason? Like you
cannot
put like
mess
the
it up.
child's lock on it for me. Thank you.
Correct.
Appreciate
Correct.
that. It's okay. I like to tell people like you can't break it. Like go in, play around. Okay, but now I don't want to advertise Dr. Deidre Mason on my websites, like because
Right.
that's not me. So is
in
this
that
where
area,
I swap out my pick?
yeah, so I can just click on the lovely Dr. D, and you'll see this little widget comes up, and I just click on replace. And there are some preloaded images in here, but obviously that's not you either, Sarah. So you're going to click on upload, and it's going to search your computer for some pictures. So let me just go ahead to my picture, and I'm going to type in, and we'll find a profile picture of myself. It's going to upload that picture, and there it is.
Perfect.
Now, if I wanted to resize it, I can resize this picture as well. So there's some image editing tools right there. But Jason, it looks too long, it doesn't fit. Well, if you click the image, when you click edit, you can actually crop the image as well. So you don't need any fancy editing software. It's built into the website tool for you.
Nice.
Next thing that you'll want to customize is your I implement. So this is an area where you're going to customize this based on your mission, your vision, your driving purpose, your I implement statement. And the learn more button automatically sends people to the about page.
Right.
So again, that's the next area that you would want to customize. The our products and all of the different product categories, will highlight some of those, but there's nothing that you need to edit here. We're going to talk about the various categories: general health, age management, men and women's health, all the various categories that we focus on with our incredible nutraMetrix solutions. And to your point, Sarah, you said there's a lot of information that you might want to just take from these pages and repurpose to send in an email.
Oh yeah. I mean, we really looked at all of it, and it took, you spent hours and hours on it. Our team spent a long time on it as well. So thank you for all of the work that you did, because it is just going to make so many people's processes so much easier since it's done.
Right. So then you might be in the process. You're in a discovery meeting. You're in communication with your health professional. They want to learn more about the products, but you don't want to send them to, say, a nutrametrix.com. You want them to have a little bit more of a custom feel to it. So on any of these product landing pages, for example, this is the general health page, we highlight what the challenge is. We then focus on, some beautiful lifestyle images, the value of the isotonic products, and then look, we've picked some of our product categories, and we're not going to link them to nutrametrix.com. This is just to show them what the products look like, so that if they want more information, guess what? Contact me. We want to drive them back to you as the NC to answer their questions.
Yes.
And we've built that in for every product category. So the last pages that we'll focus on would be the About page, which is really, again, about me. You can further customize this, my story, my journey, any lifestyle images that you might have. Maybe it's a picture of your family. Maybe it's a picture of you. Maybe you're also a fitness professional and you want to highlight some of the things that you're doing. You can connect all of this so you personalize and brand yourself, because you are not nutraMetrix. nutraMetrix is a vehicle and a solution that you've aligned yourself with, but this allows you to brand yourself, but connects it to your nutraMetrix business. We've got some featured testimonials too, Sarah, that you helped us aggregate.
That was Dennis Franks' brainchild. He was like, we need to infuse some social proof in there. And so we did that, and I'm really excited that we have it there.
Outstanding. Because again, stories sell, right? Stories sell. People really want to learn, if this is working for other people. And then of course we've got the contact page. And under contact, Sarah, you worked very hard on this, and we wanted to make sure that this answered the question that a visitor may have, which is, what is the process, right? I've learned a little bit about why, I learned what, but now what about the how? How does this work? So we give an introduction to what that nutraMetrix implementation process might look like with the discovery meeting, so they can see that this is it's not just a set it and forget it. This is not like, hey, we just want to set up an account and on to the next. This is a relationship that we're building. And then of course, schedule a discovery meeting. Is there anything that you want to talk about in terms of this online form that we created?
Well, even before that, I want to just tell people, when people say, can you send more information? This is what I send them, because it shows that we're really a consultant. It shows that we're not just here to sell something. We're a professional division. This is based right here on a proven system that we have. And so this really helps us set ourselves apart from any other consumer line that we have. So I really like this with the implementation overview, the discovery meeting, and the process going through, so they can see this isn't just going to be one meeting. This is a series of meetings. At the end of the first meeting, I don't ask for the sale. I ask for the next appointment. It's a series of appointments to get to know each other. It might take us 3 or 4 appointments before we even get to step 3, which is selecting products and services. To go back to the beginning of this little segment here, Jason, that you and I even started, you have to start with who you need to be a successful nutraMetrix consultant. You need to be a professional. You need to follow up. You need to be someone that's true to their word. You need to be on time. That's, going to play into this process. And what I like about the form down below, the discovery meeting form, is that this is pretty much all the questions from the discovery meeting. So if you can get a provider to this page to fill this out, you can really fast track your discovery meeting, do a combined discovery meeting proposal meeting, because you'll already have the answers. You might just ask some clarifying questions before you get into the proposal. But we took that discovery meeting and just put it into a type form for you. So for the busy practitioner that doesn't have a lot of time, you can even have someone on their staff fill this out prior to an appointment with you. And again, that will condense time for people who are really busy. You're showing up as a professional, and Jason's team created those tools for you to be able to do so in such a better way than ever before, leveraging technology. So thank you again, Jason, for that.
Absolutely. There's nothing more valuable than time in these professionals' lives. Right now they're busier than ever. So you might be trying to schedule that 10 to 15 minute discovery meeting, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to even fit that in. So this would be an answer to that. Well, what we can do is just gather some initial information, so that when we do come back in, it's worth even more of your time. There's more value because I can actually present and propose some things on ways that we can work together. So they're going to be more likely to show up for the next meeting when they realize how much value you're putting up front on their time, for sure. Absolutely. So this is another area that we're going to want to customize, Sarah, and it's an area that some people forget. We need to know when someone clicks the submit button, where are they submitting it to, right? So
yes.
so when you click on the actual submit button, it's going to bring up a little wizard about the contact form, and we've already preloaded in all of the questions and the items that you need to gather. But in this little widget, it says submission. So when you click on submission, who are the recipients? If I click on recipients, right, Where do you want it sent to? I would suggest your email address, right? Your professional email address, because you want to get that email personally. And that's up to you. If you want to go to, yourname.com, or if you want to go to your Gmail account, whatever it is, no one is going to see that except for you. It's just, where are we sending this information to? And what do you want the subject line to be? We have this defaulted to discovery meeting request. So you will get an email with the subject line that says that, and now you know that this came from your website. Sender name, you might even just say my website, right? Or you might say DMS, or whatever who do you want this to appear to come from on your inbox, so you can better organize it when you're searching your email. Say, oh, where was that discovery meeting form again? You can do an easy search because it's all going to come from that same address.
A
Now,
couple of people have asked Jason, the DMS does not give you a professional email address. You would need to set that up from something like GoDaddy or register.com or something like that, if to get a domain and an email address. Am I correct on that?
So we will talk about that. There are ways that we can help you with a domain and your domain-based email for sure.
Great. Okay.
So once someone clicks submit, what are the next thing that needs to happen? This is an action. If I click on action, maybe a thank you message. Someone clicks submit, automatically they get a little message that you can customize. Right now it just says thank you for contacting us, but you can customize that message. Or maybe they forgot to enter a required field. Maybe we have an error message. So you have some control over that language. And then lastly, in this wizard, under integration, there's a button for integration. So where does all this information get stored? Yes, you're going to get an email, but where else is it going to go? You could have it loaded into your own Google spreadsheet. So you have a Google spreadsheet, and all of this data is going to be pushed into that Google spreadsheet for you. You can also, if you already have a MailChimp account or a Constant Contact, it can grab that information so that you can do email marketing through those tools if you have an external service. Or you can use our service, which is built in, called a webhook. When you click a webhook, that means that it's going to be pulled into your DMS software, where you can then use those email marketing templates, right? So that is probably the most technical of all the things that you're going to want to update, is that submit button. And if you have any questions, you can always email help@mawebcenters.com.
Oh, great.
Okay. So
I love a good rescue button.
yes.
I need something, yeah, when I get stuck. Good.
Yes. The last thing we'll just do a quick highlight on is that there is a blog as one of the pages, and that's currently directed to the nutraMetrix blog. So it's a great professional blog, all those articles. So if someone clicks on blog, they're going to end up on the nutraMetrix blog. And that's a concern a lot of NCs have, is that they don't have the content or the writing skills to generate an ongoing blog. So they're concerned about that piece. So we took that out of their excuse pile. But if you do have a blog, you can connect it. So you can actually come over to the blog button, and you can start your own blog that can become part of your website. So you no longer need to have a WordPress blog or a Blogger blog, right? You can actually have your own that is part of your DMS as well.
Great.
Okay, now we're going to answer that domain question, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll wrap it up. So let's come back to our dashboard, right? Your administrative dashboard for your DMS. You will see under My Account a section for domains and email. If I click on that, you can register and search for a new domain name if you don't have one. Or if you went to, say, a web.com, register.com, or a partner store like GoDaddy.com, and you purchased a domain name, you can click on Use My Existing Domain Name, and you can actually have that domain name pointed to this website for you. The benefit of doing that is that now you can create an unlimited amount of email addresses at that domain name right here within your administrative panel. So if you wanted Sarah@SarahTugender.com, you could do that. If you wanted proposals at SarahTugender.com, you could do that. If you wanted info@SarahTugender.com, you could do that. And it's not going to cost you anything in addition. A lot of these other domain registrars like GoDaddy or register.com or web.com, as soon as you want to add an email service to that domain name, you're now adding another cost on a monthly basis for that service.
Jason, this is like the frosting on the cake. It's like it
Right.
just keeps going and going. Awesome.
Right.
I
And the
love that
last thing-
too. As a pro tip, like I love having team@sarahTugender.com and info@sarahTugender.com. I like that too because it gives the impression that you're a bigger company than just a sole proprietor. So for people that just feel like they need that as a security blanket, it's really a great thing. And branding yourself as a professional with whatever your personal name is or your brand name. I mean, for me, I'm Sarah. I'm a mom of 3. I work for nutraMetrix. I also am a nutraMetrix consultant. I don't feel like I also have the time to put in cultivating another brand. So I just brand myself at my name. I think that's the easiest thing to do. A lot of people ask, should I come up with, a fancy name around it? I say, just go with what everyone knows you as. So, and don't think like if they call you Jay and not Jason, do that. Like go for whatever people know you as. Like, what are they going to say to you at the ball field? What are they going to say to you at the pickup line? That's what you want to go with.
Yeah. And how easy is it for them to remember that? It's yourname.com in some
Easy.
cases, right? Then they don't have to think, oh, what was that website they told me in passing? I'd like to check it out.
Right. Yes.
The last thing that we'll do is just show you that under this administrative dashboard, under customer manager, when you use that web hooks from the intake form, that information is put into this customer manager. And then you can set up your own email campaigns and email templates so that you can do maybe a weekly newsletter, maybe a monthly newsletter, a quarterly newsletter, a one-off email series, and you can segment that list. Maybe you want to send an email that goes to all your allied health professional prospects, or maybe you want to send one that's to your medical doctor's candidate list. So you can make different folders of these contact groups and send them relevant information based on some of the content that maybe even the nutraMetrix department has put forward. Maybe an announcement of all the great things that the company is doing. And now you can leverage what the company is putting in place, but match that with your brand.
Yes. Every time that we have an online summit, every time we have a new product that comes out, every time that there is some relevant information, I make sure to send it. And I send this even to my existing accounts because they might miss it from the company, but open it from me. And so that's another pro tip is don't feel like you're emailing people because you can put your own twist on it and then link the information. And I'm telling you, I have gotten more people doing more things because I take that little extra effort.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the last thing is, where do I go for help, Jason? Right, you shared so much information, but I know that I'm going to have some questions as I'm doing this. From this dashboard, you can click on live chat support, so you can use our live chat WebEx software. They'll come on and they'll chat with you. You can also
get
email
live
us.
Chat too with the DMS for only $24.99 a month.
Correct.
Mind blown. I forgot you got the live chat feature. That's
Yep.
huge. What are the hours of operation for that?
24/7, excluding major US holidays.
Wait a second. 24. Jason, this is crazy. I really honestly forgot that was all included. I thought that was just for our website, like our real customers.
Yeah.
I forgot the technology. It applies even to the DMS. Wow.
Yep, so we've built that in. You can also email help@mawebcenters.com and they'll help answer your questions about your DMS. And then in the upper right-hand corner of your website editor, there is a link to an online tutorial and an online help menu as well.
And we're coming out with more checklists and how-to guides and things like that as well. So yes. I know that this isn't the end of us talking to you about the DMS and how it can help grow your nutraMetrix business, but I know that this was just chock full of valuable information. I hope people go back and rewatch this and take notes or just make note of where this is. So when you get stuck, you can, play through this video and go and see, especially that with the form, with the discovery meeting and how to submit. I think that's going to be really important to go back and kind of watch that side by side with your DMS. But there's always the, save me button with the live chat, which is great. So thank you for that, Jason.
Absolutely.
Jason,
absolutely.
Thank you so much for making, just this so simple for us, for nutraMetrix consultants, helping us grow this business. People are in the chats blowing up. They're saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I appreciate you and all the work that you and your team did. So
Absolutely.
thanks a lot.
Yeah, I love working with the nutraMetrix team, and we are going to be doing more things together and really helping you use even more tools and features on these sites to help you grow your business for sure.
Yeah. All right, Jason, we'll talk soon. Thanks for being a part of this Lunch and Learn series.
Thank you for inviting me.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.